So here we have the new 2025 Ford F-150 Lightning. This one comes in the newer flash trim level, so you get not necessarily a more basic interior, but you don't have all the goodies that you get on the Lariat with an extended range battery or the Platinum, but you do still get the extended range battery up to 300 miles on a full charge. Space white's the paint, and then we have the slate ActiveX interior. Front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running light bar, and the lights don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But ever since these came out, I've loved the front fascia. Just the overall design in general is really nice. Now we do get an electric motor on each axle. Down here, 20-inch alloy wheels. And then we do have the charge port. Push that to open. DC fast charge capability up to 150 kilowatts on that charging curve there, excuse me. Running boards, passive keyless entry on the front. And then we have our power door lock controls. We have the power mirror controls. They do have blind spot monitors in them. Rear window lock. And then one touch up and down windows for the front, regular power windows on the back. Bang & Olufsen sound system. And if for whatever reason you can't get the power front to work, activate it there. And then we have the power front control there, the headlamp control, brightness for the gauge cluster, power adjustable pedals, and an electronic parking brake, which you pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. Manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. And here's a power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar support. But I want to give a huge thanks to Ford Lincoln Franklin for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3", longer legs, so sitting behind myself here, even with all this stuff in the way, plenty of space to fit here. Seat back pockets are on both sides. Rear AC vents, you get two USB-C charge ports there, and then a 120-volt 3-prong household plug-in there. And there's a view of the front. And then we have the hanger hook here. This will hold probably 2 uniforms, honestly. It's in there really good, very sturdy. You get the LED lights throughout. And then the instructions for the child lock right there. But I really like this trim, and I'll show you why for the sticker price. Just what you get, can't beat it. But back in here, LED tail lamps. And then we have the hitch there, spare tire. And just a manual tailgate here. And we don't have any plugs in the back. So again, just things to look out for comparing the Flash to, let's say, a Lariat with Pro Power on board and all of that. But sticker price $73,240, and again, there your range data is right there. And then for the front, you do get a power seat on the front passenger side with two-way power lumbar support as well to match that driver's side. Nice side pocket here, lockable glove compartment there. Then we have a top pocket too. Now I'm just gonna come back around. I forgot to pop the front. So as we come back around to the front end here, cool thing is we do get 4 120-volt household plugins and a USB-C, USB-A duo there. If you need lights, you can toggle those. And then, unlike the Silverado EV, actually, let me show you the storage underneath here. But unlike the Silverado EV, you are able to one-touch close this as well without having to hold the button. So while it's doing that, I'll show you the turn signals. And then we do get them in the side mirror, as well as the front here. But now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. Like the overall padding, feel, design. There's the horn. Now over here to the radio, we do get this nice Tesla-like vertical screen. And if you do want to get the full subscription for the navigation, you can do that. But for the most part, this does the trick, for me at least, because you do get wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility still in this truck. And then you also have the AM, FM, XM radio, along with the Bluetooth audio. But I like the system setup here. You want to click these if you want to find certain things to do. But for the most part, everything that I use regularly is down here. So the trip meter, the phone, the nav, all of that. Still get dual zone automatic climate controls. Hit this to pull up the fan direction and the heat. And then your fan speed is here. And then once you pull that up, you just adjust with the knob there. And 3-stage heated seats, you can set those to auto if you so choose with that heated steering wheel. Now in your settings, come in here. This controls the actual drive modes. Normal, sport, tow haul, off-road, slippery, all of that. You can turn the one pedal drive on or off. And then just like your sound, Bluetooth connections, all of that. And if you want to go to general, you can change your language here, units of measurement, so on and so forth. Front camera. You have that bird's eye view. You can zoom in on either side to see better. So a lot of different views there, the parking sensors, all of that. There's just so much that you can actually fool with. You get that bed view camera, the curb sides, and then you can even split up the front camera 3 different ways. So again, it's just, there's a lot that you can fool with. And then there's your backup. And the guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel there. Down below, max defrost, hazards. Hit this button here. This will pull up the parking sensors. And then you can go to your additional settings for driver assistance pretty easily. Traction controls down here. And then you can adjust the adaptive to normal, the lane centering. All of that can be configured. But 12 volt there, 120 volt 3-prong there, Pro trailer on board here, and then down here you get a USB-C, USB-A port, bottle holders, storage, and then you have the shifter, so just grab the lever on the back, pull, reverse, neutral, drive, and then when you're in neutral, you just hit that button to put into that 30-minute neutral mode, and then you can also fold the shifter into the floor there for additional space. I think this glove compartment might be locked or something. Can't get that open right now. But there's a look at the back seat from up here. And I meant to say the center console. I don't know why I call it a glove box, but little storage behind there. I kind of like that if you want to put your phone up here or whatever. It might get hot on a day like today, but you can put other things there as well. Sunglasses holder. Here are the lights. A vanity mirror. Now what is crazy is I do think this is still an expensive truck for the money, and we just have like an F-150 XL vanity mirror there. That's just kind of wild to me, but wouldn't really bother me. I could just see how I could bother somebody else. Now over here to the wipers. Blinkers are there. And then your high beams here. You can flash there. Turn the air down a little bit so it's not getting in the mic. Now again, we still get the Blue Cruise, which is good, so we can turn that on or off, adjust the gap here, turn the lane keeping system on or off, set the speed, and then cancel, resume there. Volume controls, voice recognition. Then over here, Bluetooth control, track list, radio station presets, you can toggle there. And then this menu button goes through your gauge cluster function, so you can use these arrows, this OK, and this back button to go through all of that. So you can see the truck info, which includes the tire pressure monitors, power distribution, pitch and roll, and then your towing, your settings, all of that you can fool with. Push button starts here. And then finally here is the key fob. And then you can control the front with this button here. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 F-150 Lightning Flash out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this F-150 Lightning Flash, rides like any typical F-150 Lightning I've driven. Still has plenty of pickup. It's very, very easy to drive for it to be an EV. And even in this Flash trim level where it's kind of a no nonsense in between, let's say an XLT and a Lariat, you still have a feeling of luxury that comes along with this trim level. You still have the system here, the leather wrap steering wheel, even the ActiveX interior feels like night and day between the cloth. But the biggest thing for me is getting the Blue Cruise, and that just gives you you get a year of that, and then with the co-pilot system, you have the adaptive cruise with the lane centering and all of that, which is a huge plus, especially for a truck that can do 300 miles on a single charge if you need to go longer distances. But even for me, it's good for commuting. I like having the lane centering so I can stay in the lines and kind of just let the car do most of the work without having to stress myself out too much. But it's just always been a nice truck in my opinion. I like how it drives. I like how it looks. The range is good. The only thing for me is I would like to have a faster charge speed. Now I know you're only getting 300 miles on this one. It's not like the Silverado EV where you can get close to 500 miles on a charge, but it would still be nice to have that faster DC charging capability like in the Kia EV6, the Ioniq 5, because that way charging becomes less of an issue and you don't have to stop for an hour to charge up to 80%. It might take you 15-20 minutes. And that's a big difference. I think you can run to the bathroom and get something to eat in 20 minutes as opposed to doing all that, then you still have to wait for the car 25 minutes to charge. But not really a big deal, I guess, especially if you're going to be doing most of your driving commuting to and from work. But even in case of an emergency, for whatever reason you have to do something, it's nice to not have to sit somewhere for an hour to charge to go another 200 miles. But back to the truck itself, I like that this Flash still gives you the capability to charge your devices up front, and then you have two outlets in here. You don't get the full system that you would get with a loaded out Lariat or with the Platinum, but it's still, I think, a very nice setup here to kind of keep you below 75 grand for a sticker price. And you still have the capability when it comes to the power and, again, the range. Now, another thing that Ford did that was great is they made this feel like a typical F-150. I feel like if you get behind the wheel of a Silverado EV, that feels, and this is just my opinion, it feels much bigger than the gas-powered Silverado. This EV feels like an F-150 that's gas-powered in the sense of how it drives, how it feels. But specifically when it comes to how it feels in size. Now the drive modes, I think, are very tasteful. I like that you have those differences there. So you have your off-road modes, you have your normal mode, your sport mode. I have a 21 Mustang Mach-E and I keep that in unbridled, but some people who I let drive my car like to keep it in engaged or like to keep it in that calmer setting. So it's just nice to have that way to kind of differentiate between driving styles. But I like to kind of keep a light foot, and then when I need to use a heavy foot, I can floor it. And another thing is with a sport mode here, you give it light throttle and it pulls, but if you put your foot down in this thing, it's nuts. It really is. I'm gonna try and give it a test getting on the interstate here momentarily. And we're gonna try and give it a pull here getting on the interstate. Here we go. Wow. Sheesh. I mean, it throws you back, it squeals the tires, it's insane. It's just, there's so much power, there's so much torque, it's effortless getting this thing up to speed. But I do want to give one more thanks to Ford Lincoln of Franklin for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But I love the hands-free driving here. It's so nice. Again, for longer treks, but even for a 30-minute commute home, you just stay in the right lane, do the speed limit, and you're just chilling. If you have to slow down a little bit for a slow vehicle to get out of your way, didn't really bother you, not having to go between the brake pedal and the throttle. It's a phenomenal system. And I can say that saying, you know, I've had a 2021 Mach-E, just went over 75,000 miles yesterday, and the co-pilot system there is fantastic as well, just very easy. And that's not even a full-on hands-free drive system because I don't have the Blue Cruise subscription. But even without it, just having to touch the steering wheel every so often doesn't really bother me. But it's a great system, especially for the money. But I mean, ride's fantastic. It's a pickup truck. It still rides like a pickup truck. Doesn't feel as bouncy as you'd expect from an EV. And this flash trim level, I do think, is a pretty hot trim just to keep you from getting close to six figures. Well, closer to six figures. It's still not cheap, but it's just a good option, I think, for those who want all of the cool tech features that come on this truck, but you don't want to pay top-of-the-line Cybertruck money for it. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Ford F-150 Lightning Flash.